Hi guys, still here with a new video, and this video is a PvP news video for the release of The War Within. As you may know, we have a early access, which is on the August 22nd, which is pretty much the NA release. I think for us it's August 23rd, and we have news for that. So we have the start of the early access and how it works for PvP, and also going forward for season 1, and also the full release, which is this August 26th, when everyone can play. So let's discuss about this. So they have seen feedback from us. I want to provide some clarification on PvP currencies, which I wanted, so I'm very happy for them to do. So as we go into early access of the War Within release, players will be able to continue to purchase Dragonflight items throughout early access, and we will reset currencies on the launch day, August 22nd. Honor will continue to be earnable and will reset with the start of early access on August 22nd or 23rd in EU, or 22nd for everyone. I don't know. I don't know the exact date. At this time, we will temporarily change the honor cap to 4k, so you cannot really grind 15k while everyone is actually not playing, for example, if they don't have early access. And the honor cap will return to 15,000, which is with the launch of The War Within on August 26th. So from August 26th, you can grind as much honor as you want. Obviously, you need to level to level 80 first, I think. And then you will be able to spam random BGs or whatever content you want to do. But you will be able to gain honor. So for people that thought that having 15k in Dragonflight and keeping it for The War Within, that is not needed anymore, because it will be resetted like every expansion. So yeah, that's a good thing. So it will get a reset, and if you're like me and you have the early access, you can play PvP till 4k. You can buy your items. At one point, I will tell you on this thread. So conquest and bloody tokens, which is conquest is for the rated environment. Bloody tokens is the world PvP environment. We'll see this being earnable at pre-season start on August 20th. And will reset with new versioning on August 22nd. So from August 22nd, you will be able to, I think, earn it a bit of conquest and a bit of bloody tokens. At least conquest. I don't know if it's going to be able, because you will have season 1. Yeah, here it's written. These will become earnable again when the War Within season 1 begins. So you cannot really earn any bloody tokens nor conquest. But they changed the way how bloody tokens are working. So PvP vendors for The War Within will not have items available to purchase during early access, so that all players will have equal access to level 80 PvP gear at the same time. So I'm going to rebut already a question that someone has. For example, you have your honor cap at 4k, and you think being able to buy items with that honor and then grind it back to 4k, that is not possible. You will be able to only buy items at August 26th, when everyone can actually grind it to 15k. So the only thing you actually gain from that 4k grind that you can do is pretty much just a bit of time, because you will be having to grind a bit less whenever it launches. So you don't really have any advantages. War mode gearing. So we saw a positive reception towards the updates we made to war mode in Dragonflight, and it's true. I like world PvP in Dragonflight, although I still think it's very bare bones. It would be a bit more fun if it was territorial as well, but it is not the case. It won't be the case for this expansion as well. In the War Within, we're maintaining much of the structure with some quality of life changes. So Trophy of Strife will no longer exist, so that doesn't exist anymore. The only war mode currency will be bloody tokens. Nearly all world content will offer bloody tokens as a reward. There will be 2 tiers of war mode gear. So you have the blue gear and the epic gear. The blue gear will be able to only be acquired through war mode activities, for example, world quests or world PvP quests, or whatever you can actually do with war mode, right? So for example, quests that you can have, or anything like tied to war mode. And then you have your tier 2, which is the epic one, which is just like 3 eye levels below the conquest gear. That can be purchased from war mode vendors, purchasable with bloody tokens. So bloody tokens will now have a weekly cap that increases like conquest, so you cannot really like fully gear with just bloody tokens. They don't want that as well. They want that the gearing is controlled, so you will be able to gear up with conquest, but you have also some gear that you can purchase with bloody tokens, but it will be capped, so you don't have fully epic gear from the first week. So that is not going to happen. Our goal with this is for the catch up for war mode gear to be through interacting more with war mode systems, rather than the catch up mechanic that we had with Trophy of Strife for Honor. Additionally, the weekly quest equivalent to Dragonflight Sparks of Life quest will offer a large percentage of weekly bloody tokens cap. So if you do the quest, like Sparks of Life, which would be another name in the War Within, that will give you a big chunk of that cap. So you don't need to like do only quests and in the outer world pretty much and try to like gain bloody tokens from that way. You can actually have those two ways together. So you can actually farm people by eliminating people in the world, but also doing the quests, but also your one big quest, which is the War Within Sparks of Life. Set the name, that will give you enough bloody tokens to be capped for that. So that's a good mechanic, a good way to gear up and to have like reliable source of income towards your secondary items, which would be bloody tokens items, which is the epic gear one, right? There will be new PvP consumables offered by the vendors in Dornogal, which is the capital, purchasable with Honor. So that's a great thing. I've seen a few items, but I don't know how true it is or not, but they seem very fun. So if you're like into world PvP, you might like find a lot of fun throughout those items. Thanks again for all your feedback, and we'll see you on the field. So for me, I'm going to recap it for you guys again. Basically, if you want to gear up, the first week will be through Honor. Some people may grind to 4k Honor in the first few days of the early access, like for example me or someone else that has the early access through buying the Epic Edition, I think. And that's it. But you can only buy items from the 26th, which is the opening from the launch of the War Within, which is also going to get you honor cap to 15,000. At that point, the vendors will be able to sell those items. So if you are able to grind your honor, you can be buying those items very soon. So the first week will be focused around that, focused on level 80, focused on doing the campaign quests, focused on doing world PvP quests here and there to get like those world PvP items, for example, which is the blue one, which is like 3 levels below the honor one, the honor gear. And you will be focused on doing random BGs, learning your spec, watching guides. I will be probably making a guide around that time as well on the spec that I'm maining on the many specs that I'm maining for the War Within as well. And that would be the first week. And then season 1, which is going to come out, I think, second week of the War Within, or it could be the third week, I don't remember. I think it's like the 11th or something like that, or maybe the 9th, I don't know. That will start season 1, and season 1 will be the time where you can actually grind for conquest and bloody tokens. So bloody tokens will be only earnable from that point, and bloody tokens will now be used for epic gear. Okay, then you have like the conquest gear, which is from solo queue RBGs, solo shuffle, 2v2, 3v3, even 10v10 RBGs, but also through dailies from random BGs or epic BGs, right? Or the quests that you can get, like the weekly quests that you can get from Dornoval, where you can actually grind your conquest through that as well. So you have 2 ways to grind from season 1, and the main way that you will be grinding from launch would be like getting honor gear and getting the first pieces that you can have, and see for yourself which build you're going for, which spec you're going for. Do you have your spec in hand? The hero talents, which one are you going to go for? And the first few balancing patches will also come out for that moment, and I look forward for that moment. I think the start of the season from a starting expansion is always the most hyped one, the most fun one, the most engaging one as well. So I encourage you guys to have a lot of fun. I encourage you guys to actually test a lot of things because you have time. Like again, if you're early access, you most likely are going to level. That's it, or even not. Maybe you don't have the time to level. And when the War Within will launch for real, which is the 26th, then you'll be able to also level up if you don't have the Epic Edition, or like grind some honor gear and buy that gear in Dornoval, which is the capital of the War Within. Again, thank you for watching this video. Hopefully you did learn something. Hopefully you did get excited for PvP. I'm glad that they actually posted a PvP like blog that soon, a PvP post, but for me like it looks more like a blog. That soon, I would say. It's better so they don't forget about PvP. I really want them to embrace the fact that PvP is such a great game mode in World of Warcraft. They should not like forget about it, because like again, other games try to replicate or do better PvP, and right now there is just not any better games to PvP on, MMO wise at least. So hopefully they do press on and they do make it the best experience possible in the War Within, with more rewards, maybe a freemium battle pass, whatever, what they could do for PvP. But they can do that, but it depends on like their will to do so, right? So again, thank you for watching this video. Really, I appreciate you. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that yet. We will be making tier lists. We will be making guides. We will be making discussion videos, how-tos, and I'm looking forward to. So I'm actually like setting up everything to be able to do so once it's like launched. But I don't want to do it too soon, because balancing can always change. I don't want to make a guide and then like remake a guide 3 days after because something changed before season 1 began. So I think my guides will be coming just before season 1, or maybe just after, depending on like if I feel I have the gear for it, or if I feel like I can talk much more in depth like I use my guides to do so. So again, thank you for watching this video. Really appreciate you, and we will see each other probably very soon in the next video. Have a great day. Bye.